If you've been active in the art community or just browsing around Instagram, you might have seen a challenge called SWITCHAROUND meme. It's basically a challenge that usually takes up to 3 artists. Each of the artists draw a sketch of any kind, and then they switch around these sketches, hence the name, and each of the artists now have each other's sketch, so based on that sketch, they would draw line art, and then again switch around those line arts to the final stage, which is coloring stage. So in the end, the result would be 3 finished pieces that were created by all 3 artists, and each of them created a different step. Today, I decided to do this SWITCHAROUND meme with my sister Nika, who is also known as Turbine03 on Instagram, and my good friend Nina, also known as ninata.art on Instagram. So, personally, I wanted to challenge myself because I am very bad at sketching. My sketches are usually the messiest thing you've ever seen, and the end result almost never looks like the sketch. I like doing it because without the sketch, if I jump directly to the line art, it's gonna look funky. Because I like to sketch the basic shapes, make sure so I know where each of the elements are, see what looks good together, and what different poses I can try, but nothing too detailed. And I wanted to do something with a background. I usually, as you guys know, don't draw backgrounds much. So here I drew a scene of 2 original characters I quickly came up with, a witch and a princess, and they're slowly falling in love. I thought it'd be a really cute scene, and I haven't really drawn much of pieces that have couples in them, especially 2 girls. However, I'm not the happiest with this sketch. It's a lot of details, and anatomy is not the greatest, so whoever gets this sketch is gonna have a lot of work to do with line art. But now, I want Nika and Nina to share their thoughts on the sketching process as well.
To be honest, this process was quite difficult at first because I didn't have a clue what to draw. But when I got the idea, like last 2 days, it was pretty easy. I had to choose between 2 options. One was Reggie from Julie and the Phantoms, and second was Mulan. But I decided for Mulan because I drew her more often, and I know that she's more easy to draw than Reggie. So the drawing process was really easy for me. Like, I made a sketch on traditionally at first, and then I traced it on digitally.
So for this piece, I didn't know what to create, but I was thinking of drawing the backgrounds from 3 points of perspectives that I learned from my animation class, and it actually took me pretty maybe 1 hour to just trying to figure out the perspective and how I wanna put the character in there. So I mean, I needed to literally draw all these lines of perspective before I created a whole picture. But I would say the line drawing, not the line drawing, but the sketch is really rough, so I really hope that Nika would have fun with it. And I would say Dori would have the funniest part in coloring all the backgrounds.
When I got the sketch from my sister, I was not really surprised because she's a huge fan of Mulan, and she loves drawing portraits of characters as much as I do. her sketch was pretty simple, so it was easy for me to follow it, but I wanted to add a little bit more detailed work into it, add like extra strands of hair, add a little bit of facial details, a little bit of texture on the clothes, and I was trying to fix some of the facial shapes. I think I went a little bit overboard with it because I feel like my sister's style got a little lost now, so I wish I didn't stray away from the original that much. And another thing that bothers me about this is that I used a Lineart brush that I always use, well, that I've been using lately, and it's very sketch pencil-like. I really like that texture, but now that I look at it, the original sketch that my sister sent was made in a brush that looks more like a Lineart brush, and my Lineart was made in a brush that looks like a sketch brush. So I kind of wish I went with a different brush, but I do like the overall end result of this Lineart. It didn't take me as long as it took me to do the sketch, and I genuinely had a really, really good time drawing this. Personally, Lineart is my favorite step of drawing of all time. I usually do sketches really fast, and I spend a huge amount of time on Lineart, and then I just kind of throw on some colors and hope it looks good. So I think I did a good job, but again, I wish my sister's style didn't get lost, so that was my bad. And now, let's hear from the other two girls and their thoughts on Lineart process.
Well, I got the Dori's drawing, and I would say I really like the sketch, and it took me a while to do the line work because it's a sketch, right? So also I needed to figure out like perspective and stuff, so I fixed a little bit her sketch, but at the same time I was trying to keep the same like style, not to change too many things, because we need to draw something based on original drawing, right? So I would say that was pretty fun experience. It took me about 2 hours to finish the line work and to figure out some stuff and come up with something. And for the body, I fixed a little bit of anatomy, and I changed the background a little bit, just like the perspective wise, and that's it.
Nina sent me her sketch drawing. I was at first really intimidated by it because it has so many details, but then I got really excited because I was like, this drawing is so interesting. When I was working on it, I didn't have any problems, maybe with perspective, and I wasn't sure how to draw the buildings because I usually don't draw them. But in the end, I think the line art turned out better than I expected.
And lastly came the coloring stage, which nobody was really excited about, to be honest. All the three of us were in the group chat saying, oh my gosh, why do we have to color them? Sometimes sketches and line arts turn out better without color, and I think that's a big issue because personally I'm not good at color theory. But when I received Nina's drawing, I was blown away. I didn't see her sketch prior to this. I only saw the line art version that my sister Nika did. but wow, it was awesome. Like, there was something about it that felt so cool, especially the buildings and the little angels. So I knew I wanted to incorporate really cool colors with a little bit of brighter colors to set up the mood. So I was going for like a night sky, even though originally I felt like the drawing was meant to be a daytime drawing because of the clouds, but I tried to make it more of a nighttime. So I looked up some references for color, some skies, city drawings, because I really wanted those purples and blues in contrast with oranges and yellows, like the sun was rising or setting down, however you want to see it. And it was just very, very challenging, this part, because I wasn't really happy with the brushes and how it was blending, so I kept switching between Medibang and Paint Tool Sai because I couldn't decide what I liked more, and it was just a lot. I am not really good at shading either, so I tried my best, and I wanted to make a little glow around the angel and just add a little bit of shine on the buildings so it looks like they're glass buildings. But it was a lot, and I haven't mentioned this before, but this challenge took about a week. We gave each other 3 days for each of the stages, and because I was so busy, I mostly finished all of them on the last day. But the drawing one took me probably like 2 different days to finish it. The rest of the stages I finished in one sitting, but the coloring stage, it was just so frustrating for me that I needed to take a break and do it again and continue from where I left off. And sometimes that's just how art goes. You need to take a step away from it and try again next time. So I am not super happy with this one either, because, you know, I knew this is gonna happen with coloring. I am never really happy with it, and especially since it always looks different on my laptop than on my phone. Something wrong with the laptop's display, I know, but it really bothers me when colors don't turn out exactly how I wanted them, and then it looks completely different on the phone and when I upload it to Instagram. But honestly, despite all the challenges and stress, I had a lot of fun, and that's basically the point of this challenge. And there you have it. If you want a more detailed look, you can go check my Instagram or my sister's Instagram or my friend's Instagram to see these drawings one more time. All of the stages are posted on our accounts. And make sure to check their arts. Both of my sisters and my friends' art pieces are astonishing, so I highly recommend it. But before you go, I just want to make a quick announcement that this is my last video on this YouTube channel. I am not leaving, I am just changing some things. I noticed that when I have a lot more time, I can upload a lot more things, but the editing process takes a quite long time. And if you remember, my sister also has her YouTube channel, and it's been a struggle to upload when there's no motivation and when we have so many ideas but we don't have enough time. So we thought that we might combine our channels together. So this channel is not going anywhere. We're just going to rename it and redesign it, basically rebrand it if you want to say so. So let's hear from the girls one more time and see how they liked the last stage.
To be honest, I really don't like coloring because it takes a lot of time and I really struggle with it. But sometimes I do enjoy it. And for this drawing, I did enjoy it because I got such a great line art and I was so excited to finish it. My first thought, seeing this drawing, I was just like, they are such adorable couple. So I decided I wanna incorporate some pride flags colors. I knew I wanted to incorporate lesbian flag for a princess, and for a witch I didn't know if I would choose omni or bi, but I decided for bi because I thought this color combination for a witch would be challenging. I'm so happy how it turns out.
When it comes to coloring, it's the least favorite thing I like to do, but at the same time I want to learn it. And since my sketch, the line work that I got was pretty simple, I would say, just like a portrait of the original character, I would say Mulan. Yeah, since it was based on this character, I just pull up some references and just choose the same color as it was an original one. And yeah, just put some shadow lighting. So since I use Photoshop, I tried to make it more like a photography. So yeah, I had fun with that, drawing the Mulan, coloring her.
Thank you again for watching this video. Make sure to check out all of the mentioned accounts. We will definitely try this challenge one more time. I had a great time working with both of the girls, so look out for that. Thank you for watching my last video as Artdoribell, and I'll see you next time.